Grade 5, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Today is Monday, it's May the 17th. Today our lesson is about line plots. You can find this lesson on your textbook in chapter 7, lesson 7, page 250. After this lesson, you are requested to interpret and explore making line plots to organize and interpret data. Okay, so we will start with this example. Here we have next test scores in math are 100, 90, 70, 85, 95, and so on until we reach 100. He records his scores in a frequency table. So this one here is called a frequency table. I really do care about the mathematical words, so I hope you underline the words and connect them with the concepts. What do we mean by a frequency table? This table here, which has okay, I hope you underline this one or highlight this one and highlight the table, connect them together. A frequency table is a table that organizes data, okay, and then organizes the data in a line plot. So here we have a score, totally, and frequency. Yani, let's check this one. Here we have two scores were 100. This one and this one. They are 100, okay? So now when you go here to find the 100, under it you will find two totally and a number. The frequency of the number 100 is 2. Okay? So how many scores were 100? They are 2. Now we have 95, 90, 85, 80, and 75, 70. So this is a frequency table. Please do care about it. Okay, let's move on. We have the next step. The materials are needed for this activity. You will need a ruler, a paper, and colored pencils. We will use the data from the table to choose an appropriate scale and title for the graph. Okay, what do you think that the title of the graph could be? As you can see here, the title of the of the number line is next math test scores, okay? Then you have to draw a number line, use the scale to label the intervals. So we have this one, intervals. So this word here is interval. Let's check what are the intervals. Intervals. As you can see here, start with the least score. The least score in this frequency table is 70. Then we have 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. The intervals is you have to minimize each score from the one less than it. So we have 100 minus 95. The interval here is 5 marks, okay? So the interval is 5. So here we are, skip counting by 5s. As you can see here, 70, then we jump to 75, then 80, then 85, 90, 95, and finally 100, okay? So the intervals are the length of each period between each mark and the next one, okay? let's go down. We need to use an X to represent each score in the data. Vertically stack the correct number of X's above each score on the scales. As I told you before, NEX has two 100 degrees in math, okay? That's why you will find above the 100 two X's, okay? The first X represents that the or means that the 100 is repeated once. Two X's, that 100 is repeated twice, okay? Now if I want to ask you a question, how many times does the or is the 70 repeated? It is repeated once, just once, because we just have one X. Okay, how many 75? 0. How many 80? 0. How many 85? Twice. Okay, it is repeated twice, and the 90 is repeated 3 times. The 95 is repeated twice, and the 100 is repeated twice. So, as you can see here, this line plot is another way to represent NEX math test scores, and it gives us the same information given in the frequency table above. So we have many different ways to represent data. We can represent data by using frequency tables. We can represent data by using line plots, circle graphs, or bar graphs. We have many different ways. So this is the final, let's say, line plot which represents the scores. Now we will continue in the next video, inshallah.